Hello everybody and welcome back to Mashinky, where we are continuing on. We have our first train setup going here, and it is actually hauling quite a few people around and about. We got 62 people out of 75 on this train. We can keep adding trains to this and adding trains to this. It's just a one rail route, and or just sort of one lane, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And we just have them going sort of a counterclockwise pattern there through North Las Vegas to Atlanta to Fort Worth to Anchorage. And people are being serviced over there. We see a really good opportunity actually over in this area between New Orleans, Austin, Baltimore, and Lincoln as well. Sort of a good sort of straight line there. In fact, actually, we could even sort of top it off with Richmond. That is a good line right there. The interesting thing is towns will actually spawn as you play the game. As we move through the areas, this is not a static map. This was one of the things about Transport Fever that kind of like made me scratch my head, is how static everything was. In this game, the world evolves. And more into the industries that come in future eras, those will spawn randomly on the map. Towns will spawn randomly. The demands of the towns will change based on whether they need shops or post office or whatever, right? It's kind of interesting. But let's actually let's focus on industry right now. Let's get some logging going, and let's actually see what we can do. Okay, here's a place right here where we can do 3 logs for 2 planks and 1 sort of wood currency, 1 wood token. That's not nearly as good as the one we saw over here, right? This is 3 logs for 2 planks and 2 wood currency. So this is just a better ratio, which is kind of interesting that they're not all the same. Similarly, here's 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. It could be because this one's so far out and away and not near anything, we'll get a little bit of a bonus for delivering out there, and it would be more expensive to deliver out there. So maybe we don't actually worry about that too much. I kind of like the idea of moving this wood into here and then just moving these planks into the tool thing, which is kind of interesting. Here's sort of where we could go wood to planks to tools. Kind of just looking around and seeing what our options are. That's kind of part of the game, guys. A big part of the game is really just sort of evaluating sort of the opportunities. Like I'm trying to see, are there a difference between these tools? Well, it looks like the same ratios there. What is the ratio over here? 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that seems to be the same for most of the tool works. And these can be, here's the cool thing, guys. Just like the stations can be upgraded, you can upgrade. You can upgrade the actual industries. We can make this into a toy shop that actually just pays us money, which is really cool. But we don't have the currencies to do a lot of these more advanced sort of upgrades, but it's actually cool to see that you can upgrade these different industries, which is nice. If we bring this wood over here, we're going to end up sort of cutting through what we're thinking is going to be a major sort of passenger throughway. It's not impossible. We could do bridges and tunnels and stuff, so that's not a problem. But I'm just kind of thinking, maybe not. I kind of like, there's a reason why I kind of like this, is because the distance between the wood, like we're to be moving this wood over, right? And that's going to take a certain amount of time and distance, and then we're going to have to move this back over here, and that's going to be about the same distance and the same time. I think if we set this up, well, that's the edge of the map there on the water. I think if we set this up, we might actually be able to get a sort of a nice even ratio of movement of goods between this forest and this toolworks. And then also we have the coal mine here that can maybe sneak in and work on that toolwork. So maybe we could do coal mine somewhere else. This is a good opportunity for the coal mine here, right there, just to start getting some coal currency. I think I'm going to set this forest up, move it over here. It's a little kind of hilly over here, but it's only like that one sort of step up. I think we're going to be okay. Let's go and let's use this money that we're making, because we are making some good money here, and try and make a station. And what we might do is we might just smooth this just a touch to be able to get a good large station. There we go, just a little bit of smoothing there. And terraforming is rather expensive, but it is something that we absolutely can do, and whether it should, maybe should do. Although you can totally play without it if you want as well. So that's now accumulating wood, right? It detects the station there, accumulates wood. That's good. This is going to be a little bit of a crazy sort of, whoops. Sort of going on the edge of the world here a little bit. But I like the way this looks, sort of going... This is cool. That's going to be a cool little train ride. Not that anyone's going to be riding on it besides the person moving logs. And I think, again, we'll just do a little bit of smoothing here. Pop that out just a touch. Just going to make kind of a gnarly cliff, but there you go. Okay. Let's get the station out here now. The cool thing is we'll be making a little bit of log currency before the trains even show up here. And we're actually going to need 2 different stations here. Yeah, you know, I don't love just terraforming absolutely everything, but I think in this case, we're just going to do that and just make it a little easier on ourselves. We have the money, right? We're making some good money, although that is costing us a lot of money. We could share a station, but I think we might as well. It's relatively cheap. We might as well just give them their own sort of bit there. Oof. What are you doing to me here? That is a crazy ride along that edge there, but you know what? It's kind of cool looking, so let's roll with it. And this can go low. And then maybe sort of hop. Yeah, this one's going to actually kind of stay low, won't it? Nice. We're running out of money a little bit just because we're spending so much of it. There was definitely probably easier ways we could have set this up, but luckily we have that really successful line going, and it is going to be giving us some more income, assuming something doesn't explode over there. Okay. Alrighty, just now we just got to hook this up over to here, which I think is going to be, well, I don't know, do we try to like sort of go around here? That'd be kind of intense. But let's see if we can avoid the hills. Yep, looks like we're getting a good line here. And then now, not enough tokens, but this is the right idea. Oh, you know what our issue is? We're playing on a super low speed. Let's go up to speed 2 or 3. Let's go up to speed 3 for a little bit. Because I think that was our issue, right? We actually weren't letting time move quickly enough to be able to be accumulating money at the rate that we were spending it. It actually is showing us here that that's, what is it, 72 bucks that we're basically carrying 72 bucks on that train. So, and 29 there. So when these guys drop off, we should get another 100 bucks. Yep, that adds up about right. Nice, that's kind of cool. That gives you an estimation of what's going to sort of be actually getting delivered there. So we can keep letting the game run at a higher speed there. Okay, this is kind of intense, but it is doing that. That looks good. I think that is looking really good. Now the only thing that I'm kind of questioning a little bit here is how do we want to set up the... Ooh, actually, I see this. I see this. We can share the depot right here, and we can have it going into each of these points, I think. Although we might... There's a reason why we might need to smooth that out just a bit, because I think we might need to enter there. Let's get our depot here. Doesn't like it over here, it seems. Okay, the depot is down. Now we just need to make sure that both of these sort of can connect. Is that connected? Yes, it is. Perfect. Perfect. So let's get our trains. And we could get a Baldwin for one of these. In fact, what we could do is we could build a Baldwin first, and then earn a little bit, because we'll be earning some before we even deliver those to the tool factory. We'll be earning some plank currency, right? So let's get the let's start just working on Baldwins for a little bit of efficiency. So this is going to be moving just regular wood. Let's see how many of these we can get on here before this number goes red. Oh, that's how many we can do. So sell one of those. We got 6 of them, so 6 times 7. It's going to be 42. We don't want to sell that train, so make sure we deselect that, or we're going to accidentally sell the train. And we can hit start, and the game should be smart enough to kind of know what it's going to do, but I'm going to give it orders anyway. See, it's wanting to go to station 6, which is right, and then it wants to go to station 7. Perfect. That's what we wanted to do. Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Over here, it's going, there we go. Yeah, this is going to work great, because we're sharing a station at this point, so the planks will be able to just be shared on both of these. So this will make sense here. 42, we're coming in with 42 here. Once these 42 get here, right, based on the ratio, 1 out of every 3 becomes currency. So 42, right, if we divide that by 3, we got 14. So we're going to get 14 wood currency. In addition to the fact that there should be 28 sort of planks that are generated as well. Here we go. Let's go. I think we're going to let this do one more delivery, and then we'll do a second Baldwin for the plank delivery to the tool works. And honestly, I'm actually pretty happy. Here, you know what we could do is we could actually, here, let's go down to like, oh, we're only on speed 2, not on speed 3. Oh, are we sure we're only on speed 2? Because it feels like we are cruising right now. This is a fast train, but I don't know if it's that fast. It said we were on speed 2, but I'm pretty sure we were on speed 3 somehow. Anyways, there we go. We got it fixed. Early access is early access, guys. There we go. Let's get on the other side of this here. Look at that. Look at that. Sorry, guys. The train's a little bit loud. A little bit loud, but that's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. And here we are, going back with an empty load. There we go. All right. And actually, you can kind of see that the train cars here are empty. Let's go back up to speed 2 at least and stay there. Now we should have enough for a second Baldwin. And I'm probably, because regular money, we're making so much regular money that paying twice as much maintenance for the Baldwin, it just seems worth it to me. Now, the funny thing is with the Baldwin is that we know that there's only going to be 28 here. We know there's not going to be a full amount of wood at this station. I don't know. Oh, it actually isn't even letting us go up that high. Ooh, weird. It's only let us do 4. These are quite a bit more heavy, it looks like, these cars. That actually is going to be 28, right? We know that when this delivers 42, we get 28 planks. So we're going to be sending 28 planks now to the tool works. That actually works out just fine. Let's give it orders for this one. Have it going. And if it's smart, which usually it's pretty smart, oh, I see what the issue is. it was trying to go to there and it couldn't reach that first. What's the dealio here, game? Start. We might need signals here. That might be what's going on. Let's just throw down some signals. Okay, are you figuring this out now? Here you come. Here you come. Yep, head over here. And then make sure you're heading back here. So I guess it was just a signal issue. I was worried because this train was sort of out and about and doing its thing. I didn't realize that it wasn't going to be... It was on a similar train network, but it was on a completely different thing. Shouldn't be any conflict between these trains at all once they get in motion, but here they go. Here they go. That's actually kind of cool. One on the higher ground, one on the lower ground. Let's go. It actually looks good. Should be picking up planks here. Should be dropping off logs. Whistling at each other there. Let's go. Let's go. And what we can do is we can actually be sort of investing in different sort of things. We can increase the ratio here by adding more sort of log to plank conversion to make it a more of a 1-to-1, right? This is a 1-to-1 ratio, where here it's only a 3-to-2, although that does take away a little bit from the log currency that we'd be getting. We could do, so this just helps us actually process more logs, because if we look at the flip side of it, right? We have a forest here that we can actually cause to generate significantly more wood. So we could be shoving more wood into the sawmill, but the sawmill can only process it at a certain rate. You can see the processing is going on here. Some wood is moving over, some planks are moving back. So eventually, if you overflooded this with wood, then it would be a problem, right? That's why having these extra upgrades to be able to process more wood at different sort of varying degrees of efficiency and time and stuff like that makes it so that this building can handle more input, and then ultimately more input, more product that can ultimately get shoved into the tool works at a faster rate. And then you can also increase ratios over here, like the furniture workshop. Furniture workshop is a 5-to-3, whereas right now we're getting a 4-for-2. So that fifth, we could add a fifth thing here and get a third. We could get a much better ratio there, actually, if we did that. Oh, we got some missions popping up. Okay, we've delivered logs. Good, cool. Now it's saying deliver timber. We're working on it. Deliver coal. Okay, we want to set that up as well to be able to get coal currency. It's one of the objectives that we need for the next age. In fact, we're almost there on the plank currency. We're at 50 right now. So it actually is saying deliver 1,000 logs from Anchorage. The forest near Anchorage. It's telling us to specifically move these logs. Well, this is interesting. This forest produces more wood and it produces coal. This is a significantly juiced up forest. This forest right here is just one wood. This forest is 2.5 wood plus one, or half, a half coal. 1 coal every 2 units of time. This is 1 wood per unit of time, like a normal forest. And then it's 3 more wood every 2 units of time, so it ends up being 1.5 per unit of time. Kind of weird math, but it kind of works out there in the sort of the display there. And we could actually send this to there and fulfill that quest very easily. And this we know is a juiced up sawmill too. The extra coal here. Here's the interesting thing about the sawmills, right? Isn't there an extension that uses coal? The steam sawmill uses coal. And this forest generates coal. So this forest is specifically designed to be able to feed into this sawmill more accurately. Like we could run a train here that has carts for carrying coal and carts for carrying wood. And that could be really, really kind of neat. Instead of having to actually hook up a coal mine to this sawmill to get just a little sprinkle of coal, we're already getting a sprinkle of coal from the forest. However, I think we want to set coal up, and I don't think it's going to be very difficult to do that. So let's do that. Let's set up coal. Let's go back to the build mode. This is going to be relatively straightforward, I think. There we go. We need a depot. Very edge of that map there. Do we need a Baldwin for such a short journey? We could probably get by with a porter, to be honest. In this situation, I bet you we could get by with a porter just loaded up. Oh, but look at these. These higher capacity coal carts use wood. They're quite a bit more efficient though, because they hold 50% more, but they don't weigh 50% more. Uh-oh. Yeah, we overbought, but that's okay. In fact, can we sneak one of these on the tail end? No. Nope, just 3 of these. That's going to be fine. Maybe it would have been better to get the better engine. That's going to be 27 coal. That's going to be totally fine. We're going to be getting 9 coal currency every time this guy makes the trip. Let's just start this guy. We can upgrade this train later very easily. There we go. We are making coal currency. Well, eventually. So we have, we're making wood currency, and here we go. It'll be interesting to see if this building can actually produce enough coal to sort of keep this going. Or if this guy's actually going to be able to deliver too quickly. That's kind of why I was thinking the Baldwin would be fine, because I figured like he'd be able to make the trip before this could fill up on coal. But here's the thing, if we're noticing this is not filling up on coal, we can go in and we can upgrade the coal mine to have a little bit more sort of throughput there. Yeah, it's not filling up. It is not filling up. We need about 50% more coal generation. The maintenance shed would help. The coal storage would give us about 50% more, which is kind of what we need, right? The coal storage, I think, is exactly what we need here. But you can see how, wow, the second head frame increases it by much more, but it requires sort of iron or steel. Let's get the coal storage. Why is it not letting us build this? We can build it over there. I guess it was just being picky about where we could build it. There we go. So now we're making 1.5 coal per unit of time. So 50% more. So when this guy gets back now, it should be full up with coal. This train should be working at just a pretty awesome efficiency here. It's going to have just about 27 coal as soon as we get there. One thing we can do is we can actually upgrade the station to have a freight station to increase its loading speed, which could sort of make a difference there on both sides, probably. There we go. We're now doing full loads of coal back and forth between this coal mine and this tool works. We're making coal currency. We're making wood currency. I think, guys, next episode we will, without question, make it to the next era. We're close to our subsidy here of 5 we have 5 out of 6 trains, and we'll get paid to have 6 trains, which is nice. We're delivering coal and we're delivering timber. Fantastic. Fantastic. We could work on the deforestation, but I think we have plenty of time to do that too. We have 10 years to work on that deforestation. It's a little bit out of the way, but setting this up into here and then setting it up to there, I think would probably be pretty good, considering these are kind of like this forest is kind of juiced up, and this sawmill is kind of a special sawmill too that produces more total currency. I mean, what if we actually did this and we came in with the toy shop here? Because then it could be like, okay, well, we're making wood currency and we're making money, And we don't even need to send these planks to the toolworks. It's not even required for us to be able to make good income from this sawmill. That's because it's just such a sort of a juiced up sawmill, so to speak. It's like a special one. But there we go, guys. We are cruising. Our passengers over here are still doing their thing. Trains are loading up over here. Looking good. 58 people on this train. We got 48 people on this train. They're just moving around. We're making some good actual cash money. And we also are making the deliveries over here without any issues. So we've set up all of the economies that we can set up in Era 1, but Era 2 is going to shake things up quite a bit. So thanks everybody for watching this episode featuring sort of Mashinky in its early access state, and just sort of taking a look at the gameplay and the current state of the game, and just sort of a walkthrough and a guide as to how to get started and how to spot those economic opportunities and how to set up those railways so that they're successful and profitable. Thanks everybody for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode.